You talk about meeting some world leaders and one specific one. Quote, I remember when I met with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-Un. I'm sure he underestimated me, having no clue about my experience staring down little tyrants. I've been a children's pastor after all. Did you meet Kim Jong-un?
No, I've met with many world leaders. Many world leaders. I've traveled around the world. I think
we found out, of course, last week, Kristi Noem. It's not that she shot her dog. I want to be really clear here, because you get some people, unfortunately, conservatives, who feel the need to defend everything and say, I think it's a good thing that she shot her dog. You people don't live on a farm. No. I understand. I know people who've had to put dogs down. Yeah. I know a dog trainer who would have to do it. She would take in dogs. This was kind of their last stop. And if they were aggressive, she would have to advocate putting dogs down and do it herself. It's a reality that I do accept. It's not lost on me. The problem for Kristi Noem is she did so gleefully.
She bragged about it.
Yeah.
Whistle While You Work?
Yes.
Come on, that's a terrible song.
You can kind of, well, if you that's my read on it. If she said I had to put down the dog because it had attacked people and it was sad, I don't think anyone would have batted an eye, but I hated that dog. And boy, pulling that trigger made me feel godlike.
Seeing the last glimmer of light.
Yes, that's exactly. Well, here's the thing. That's pretty bad. What's also bad is she's now been caught lying about meeting Kim Jong-un. This happened.
So you write about lessons learned in leadership, and you bring up some specific incidents I want to ask you about. You talk about meeting some world leaders and one specific one. Quote, I remember when I met with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. I'm sure he underestimated me, having no clue about my experience staring down little tyrants. I've been a children's pastor after all. Did you meet Kim Jong-un?
Pretty straightforward.
Well, as soon as this was brought to my attention, I certainly made some changes and looked at this
cheek
passage.
changes?
And I've met with many world leaders. I've traveled around the world.
She looks very surprised by the question.
As soon as it was brought to my attention,
looks surprised at everything.
We went forward and have made some edits. So I'm glad
you
that this
write your
book is
book?
being released in a couple of days, and that those
That's
edits will be in place, and that people will have the updated version.
Huh?
So you did not meet with Kim Jong-un. That's what you're saying.
No, I've met with many world leaders. Many world leaders. I've traveled around the world. I think I talk extensively in this book about my time serving in Congress, my time as governor, before governor, some of the travels that I've had. I'm not going to talk about my specific meetings with world leaders. I'm just not going to do that. This anecdote shouldn't have been in the book, and as soon as it was brought to my attention, I made sure that was adjusted.
No. It's not that this anecdote shouldn't have been in the book. It's that it's not an anecdote.
It's a human being.
It's fiction.
Yeah, it's fiction.
Yeah.
This fiction shouldn't have been in my non-fiction book. That's an acceptable answer. I shouldn't have lied. That would be an acceptable answer. Now, I understand that you have ghostwriters. I get that. You have people, often you'll dictate the book and they write it, and she doesn't want to throw anyone under the bus. For example, I'm not the one who posts the clips to my social media. Why? Because I say it right here, and I have people go, oh, you said that, you can clip it. I get that. It's not lost on me. The answer... However,
way to drop accountability there, Steve.
Yeah.
if it's me saying it on camera, fine. I said it. Okay, I get it. But think about just that anecdote shouldn't have been in there. This is the problem. It's identity politics on the right. Both of her mistakes follow the same pattern. She's trying to wedge something in there. It's a little bit of the remember, and I don't have anything against her, but remember when Sarah Palin was talking about being a hockey mom, and she was talking about going out hunting, and then there was that reality show where she was holding a rifle that she had clearly never held. This is, or she's like, I'm tough, I'm salt of the earth, I kill dogs. She's trying to appeal to those people. Here, it's like, I'm a youth pastor, so I know little tires. It's trying to fit in. I'm a youth pastor, therefore you should vote for me, right? Because I'm a good person. I'm a farmer, therefore you should vote for me, right? Because I'm a good person. Be American, buy American, veteran, all that kind of identity politics that you see on the right. She walked into these mistakes because there were advisors telling her this will appeal to a voting base, and it came back and bit her in the Botoxed ass. She may want to write, I don't know if they do it in the butt, I have no idea. I don't know the wonders of botulism, though I've been told that I should probably use some myself. I think she wanted to ride the hot Kim Jong-un wave after this new song in North Korea, this hot single. By the way, it's not just top 40, it's not in the top 40. It is the top 40. All 40 songs are this new Kim Jong-un single. Is that Snap, Crackle, Pop?
Don't kill me! Don't kill me!
They're one jet.
Oh, they're Navy skate too.
It's ubiquitous. Universal.
Some more exposure, please.
Yeah. Hey, can we go back when he's hugging that person who looks like the dig dug, the Eskimo right there? Clearly, he's grabbing her ass.
I know.
Can you see that? Go back.
Oh, I didn't see.
Look at that. Now let's play it again. Play it. Look at his bottom hand.
Oh yeah.
Pat, get a good squeeze.
Swing.
Squeeze, squeeze. Smack, smack.
Squeeze.
Oh man, like that sound. And we do.
But
we
not
do.
on a
He
child.
just looked way too young.
Was that a child? I can't tell. I can't tell. It's an entire nation of people who look
Hold
like
on,
12-year-olds.
He was sitting, right?
Was he sitting? Play it again.
Yeah, he's sitting. Here it
It's
is.
got to be a child.
They love America so much.
That's
They stop
insane.
being united.
Okay, all right. But you should. I didn't know
His
that was a
hand
child.
starts high
I
and then it
thought he
goes-
was just
Yeah, look at
groping
that, look at his arm.
Hey, look, his hand. Then it goes down.
up,
Then it goes
booty,
down.
booty,
And then he kisses.
Wow, he's almost as bad as former Vice President Biden.
Almost.
Wow.
Oh, don't worry.
No
that
sniff
person will
needed.
starve to death
No
in a
sniff
week.
test. He was just ready for the taste.
He was going right
in for the
in.
taste.
He's a professional ice cream taster.
Yeah, nobody's going to stop him.
He's a deity.
11 holes in one, his very, very first
time.
game, which is just a weird. It's just a weird mythology for a deity. Oh, he flew too close to the sun on wings of ass grabbing, which brings us to this week's preemptive, not going to be VP, time to close for Kristi Noem.
And one of Trump's potential picks for vice president, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, is on the defense after strong backlash about a story of the governor shooting her dog. Chief Washington correspondent John Carl has the story. And John, this is a weird one.
Time to close. Endings and beginnings are ending and beginning now.
What I talk about in the book extensively when people are able to get it on Tuesday is to see the whole story and the truth, not the spin that the media has put on this story.
After you shot the dog, you, quote, realized another unpleasant job needed to be done. Walking back up to the yard, I spotted our billy goat. You said he smelled and would chase kids, so you took him to the gravel pit and shot him twice. It seems like you're celebrating the killing of the animals.
I know that it's time for things to close. I know that it's time for things to close.
That's great taste.
I hate that.
It's been brought to my attention that some components of this program are distasteful. You'll have it correct.
I love how she just the reporter makes it seem like Kristi Noem is just deciding to execute animals in passing. She's like, and then I was on the way to the pharmacy and I noticed a bunny crawling across the road and I thought, that bunny is going to reproduce. I better go choke it to death. And then on to the pharmacy.
Like Michael Douglas and Falling Down, just.
Oh my God.
That poor Billy was just sitting there munching on some grass.
It's coming right for us.
Yeah, it smells and it chases, like a goat.
Yeah, it's the identity politics. You see it though so much sentiment. Like, look at me, I'm working trades. No, you're not. No, you're not though. You just you kill animals.
I almost feel like that was
need to.
her attempt to be a tough guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, look at me, I'm tough. I killed a dog, and then on the way in, I spotted that billy goat, and I
Yeah.
said,
Yeah. And then I smacked some kids as a youth pastor and told Kim Jong-Un, "What are you doing?" I no-look jabbed Kim Jong-Un. See that?
put him in a timeout. Said, "No more animal crackers for you, fat boy."
And then look at my welder's mask. I'm just like you. Ugh. So it comes down to some other vice presidential potentials here. Mm-hmm. Some people have a short list. Marco Rubio, probably not. J.D. Vance, Tim Scott, Elise Stefanik. Doug Burgum is apparently on the list.
Wow. Dracula made it?
Yes. Doug Burgum is on the list, and so's Byron Donalds. Who do you think? Do you think it's going to be someone from this list?
I hope not. I mean, I watched.
Tim Scott could work.
No.
How about no?
Exactly. Here's why. Tim Scott is the black version of Mike Pence. He is the most milquetoast politician that I have seen, and he was on Meet the Press on Sunday.
and fumbled a question that was very easy 4 times. 4 times. I was like,
was it about meeting Kim Jong-Un?
No, it was about accepting the results of the election, and he answered it in the worst possible way. Giving her all the room she needed. Go watch the clip. We'll put it out on social.
Oh, bring it back up on Mug Club. I didn't watch
Okay, yeah, we'll watch it. It was just like, I think it was at least 4 times, maybe 3 times she asked the question. And it was a very easy, you'll see.
Okay, ask me, look, here's how you answer these questions.
Are you willing to accept the results no matter which way they go for the 2024 election?
Your mother's a whore. Let's move on to the next question.
That assumes she had a mother.
Okay. Your dad's a man whore. Assume you have a dad. You were created in a lab by whores.
By whores.
No, the answer,
my father.
The answer is just it depends if they're still the same kind of shenanigans as the last election.
Yeah, if they're free and free. There's 50 different ways you can answer that question and move on. And he answered it in the worst possible way, giving her all of the room she needed to be able to say, see, he wouldn't even accept the results. Out of that list of people, like if you put a gun to my head and said, pick one of those people, it would be probably, and I don't love these choices, so it's either J.D. Vance or Byron Donalds for me. I think there are reasons neither one of those guys work as VP, so I'd like it to be somebody else. But I certainly don't see any benefit in bringing in somebody like Marco Rubio or Doug Burgum. Like I think that would be the wrong move to make, and hopefully this list is a head fake.
Yeah,
and he's got somebody else that he's picked that is going to be the person to come in, because I just don't see a huge benefit. Even though I like some of the people on there, I just don't like them for VP.
Yeah, you guys can comment. Who would you like to see as VP? We have a pretty big sample size here with you folks who comment, so it'll be interesting to see. We'll probably notice a trend, and maybe get it to the right people.
Hunter Biden,
Alex Jones. Alex Jones.
Donald, let me just tell you what happened. There's some aliens in the West Room.
He would be the most invasive vice president ever. It's largely a ceremonial position. Every time he walks into the office, like,
all right, look, I know you're busy. You got a lot of things on your plate, but I don't know if you've seen what we've been doing with the STIs in Guatemala. Now, if you just, I have the papers right here, Mr. President. I have the papers. We've knowingly infected them with gonorrhea, and Hillary Clinton apologized for it, but I don't think it's enough. And I don't know if you know this, but the gay frogs are now having sex with other amphibious, even the vehicles.
what?
I'll come back later. I'll come back. I got a second wind.
No second wind.
Watch Louder with Crowder live Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.